All right, so I want to give you a little crash course here on trying to figure out which books of the cooking books are going to be get you the most traffic, and just some different things to look at. Then you can use this principle for any other books or any other things you're thinking about doing videos of. Now, like with anything, at some point it's just better to take action than kind of getting in that analysis paralysis mode where you're just wondering, is this perfect? Is it not? At the end of the day, doing something is certainly better than nothing at all. But so what I did is I brought up the 3 books that you just emailed me here, and we'll kind of take a look at each of these. And I want to show you both the keyword planner, which I have over here on the right, and you can Google, keyword planner to bring this up. And you may need to create a Google AdWords account if you haven't done that already. But and then of course YouTube will use that as well. So let's start with good old Jeffrey Zakarian here, and certainly love his stuff. Now he's got this big old long title, which maybe people are searching for, maybe not. But I just want to start with him, and let's see what kind of things people might be searching for. So what we're doing is we're picking out words that people might be using to find, like my perfect pantry. They might actually be typing that in for the book. 150 easy recipes, so we'll put that in there too and see what happens. And then let's put his name in like recipes, his name cookbook. Because people may not know the name of this yet. They might just be searching. So just to get an idea of search volume, that's kind of what we're looking for here. Oops. I think I put that in the right spot. Yeah, I did. Okay, so you click over, and then you have add group ideas. As you can see, this is just a bunch of different groups of words, and we want to click keyword ideas. Now up here you can kind of see where the trends are, as November, December, January. Interesting, that's really the highest month. But anyway, so these are what are called more like exact matches for what I just typed in up above here. They're going to give you how many people are searching on average per month for a given keyword, like Jeffrey Zakarian, about 18,000, my perfect pantry. So people are possibly searching for that book, or that has nothing to do with the book and they're just searching for my perfect pantry. You just don't know. His recipes 210, his cookbook only 70. That's interesting. I would have thought more people might have done that. So then we got Chef Jeffrey. I was seeing if they're spelling his name different. Okay. Now see how you got all this other stuff in here, chicken dishes, chicken casserole. So maybe we want to only include keywords that have his name in it. So we'll do, put that in there. And then we can sort this by average monthly searches. Actually, it might already be sorted high to low. Yes. Okay, so here's his restaurants, chef. Okay, so we have a little idea here. Now we want to do this, then we can do this for the other book as well. And I have this bookmarked for, where'd it go? My keyword research page here. And same thing, we're going to search for new keywords. Also, what I like to look at is, okay, this has 70 customer reviews. This is number 7,000 in books. And then compare that to Michael Simmons, 370, so more reviews. So his seems to be a little bit more popular. We'll see what happens in Google. And then Robin, 50 reviews, 96,000, so the least popular. So I'm going to move Michael here. Let's try him next. So we got Michael Simmons, I guess it should be. Michael Simmons. And then this whole 5 and 5, let's do that. Michael Simmons 5 and 5, that's like the title of the book. These long titles, people won't normally, it's just almost too long for people to type all that in. So we'll see what happens. I'm just going to try Michael Simmons. Oh, that's probably his name, huh? Michael Simon, not Simmons. Michael, anyway. And same thing. We can do Michael Simon cookbook. Michael Simon recipes, and then we'll click Get Ideas. Just like before, we want to click on Keyword Ideas. Interesting how chefs seem to have this similar trend in search volume, like January's high up and December's a little bit lower, so it's just interesting to me. So his name gets a little bit more than Jeffrey. The chew recipes, oh, I'm not sure what, okay. But let's go ahead and put his name in here again, Michael Simon, so that down here we're just getting keywords focused on him and not just random stuff. Michael Simon, so kind of similar really is what I'm seeing here. I mean, maybe a little bit more than Jeffrey, but it's going to be similar. So, and then last we have, who's it, Robin? There she is. Robin Takes 5. So this is Robin Miller. Now she has kind of a generic sounding name here, so we'll see how that plays into things. And then I'll click on my keyword planner tab again. Same thing. We'll do Robin Miller. Copy that, so I got that ready to go. Then we got Robin Takes 5. I like that. That's a nice short, title. I could see people typing that in. And then we'll do Robin Miller Cookbook, Robin Miller Recipes, and that's probably pretty good. Click on Keyword Ideas again, and then we're also going to make sure it just focuses on Robin Miller for these words down here. And as is expected from kind of the Amazon popularity, she's the least popular of the bunch. So getting some searches there, but not a lot. So what constitutes a good amount? I would say anything, maybe over 2,000 a month would be nice. At least 500 would be good. So when you're talking 90, 20, 10, that's pretty, it's kind of low. So now let's go see what's going on YouTube. And so let me first explain what we've found out so far. We've gotten basically an idea that Jeffrey and Michael are, Michael and Jeffrey here are similar. Michael's maybe a little bit more sought after, a little bit more popular, but both are close. So if all things are given in terms of competitiveness, now that's the next thing we want to look at is, okay, how competitive is it going to be to try to create videos around their material and see if you can actually get it on that first page of YouTube. Now, even if it's super competitive, like I said, I can show you some things to slowly work your way up there in the rankings, but it's nice if right out of the gates you can just show up on the first page or even, in the first 1, 2, or 3 spots there. Now, if all things are equal on the competitive side, then you want to lean towards who's getting the most traffic. So you'd go with someone like Michael or Jeffrey even. But now let's see, Michael might be super competitive, and that's where it might be better to go with someone like Jeffrey. Let's say he's not as competitive. There's not as many high-ranking, popular, authority videos on his stuff, on Jeffrey's stuff. So then I would start with him. So that's just to give some context about what we're going to look for next. So let's go see Michael Simmons 5 and 5. I'm just going to pop this in here. And when you do this, it's kind of nice. You can see YouTube has the autofill, and it's supposedly does this by what's the most popular. So it actually looks like recipes. People type in recipes more than they do just the 5 and 5. But so here we got 5 and 5 cookbook by Michael Simmons. So this is by a QVC fan. Now if you hover over this, you can see, okay, they got a lot of videos, not a ton of subscribers, 3,000. So it's a 6-minute video, but it looks like they're just basically uploading Michael Simmons. Same thing here. They're uploading Michael Simmons, 5,000, so that's a decent amount. Only got 12 videos though. Grilled cheese. So this is the same person from before. And so here's an example of one that's a very, small, just getting started channel. They have only got 10 subscribers. They've got 32 videos, no picture, no nothing. So, and this is number 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, and it's only 46 seconds long. Yeah, that's a good sign. That's definitely something that could be beatable. And this is a St. Patrick's Day, recipe. And same thing. See, this is the same one. This is the next one. So, yeah, this is actually looking pretty good. Now, what's interesting is we know people are typing this. Let's go back to the Google Keyword Planner, and I'm going to replace this one that didn't have any search volume with that keyword that we just found in YouTube. Okay, so 20 searches in Google. But people might not be searching in Google. They might actually be searching more of it in YouTube here. So then we can kind of see, okay, here's the other thing. How many views are they getting? So this one was done 1 year ago. It's at the very top, and it's only got 766 views. That's pretty bad. It'd be nice to see something that gets 1,000 views a month. That's like great. That's good. That's kind of a good sign. Now this one's 4 years ago, 37,000 views. And let's see how many subscribers. 5,000 subscribers. Sometimes if they have like 100,000 subscribers, a lot of these views are coming from their fan base, their subscriber base, not from people searching for it necessarily on YouTube and finding it. So 4 years ago, 4 times, if it's 1,000 a month, let's divide it. 4 times 12 is 48. So they're getting a little less than 1,000 a year, roughly. Same thing here. This is a little bit more than 1,000 a year, so not a lot. Now let's check out. So what we found here is, you should definitely be able to get on the first page. And what's cool is you'd actually be, cooking and giving your take on these recipes. There's no one else doing that I can see. It's all just re-uploading Michael Simmons. And so sure, some people are going to want that too, but how cool to have what you're talking about. So let's now check out Jeffrey and see what he's doing. Let's go ahead and do my perfect pantry. And let's just see if my perfect pantry. Okay, so there's no even autofill there, so we'll see. Okay, the perfect pantry, Jeffrey Zakarian. On Martha Stewart. Okay, so this was actually by Martha Stewart. Interesting, 122,000 subscribers, but that only generated 2,000 views. And see, here's totally unrelated. It's talking about organizing a tip of the day. Here's a great example of someone just trying to do a little affiliate marketing here. Download PDF. Download the PDF book here. So they're just. And this is 1 month ago, 3 views, so no one sold it. I'm just kind of curious what this will actually, if we click on the PDF link here, we'll see where we're going. It could be crazy. Read your favorite books and comp. So they're just trying to do this whole, send you here. You probably, who knows if you're even going to be able to download that or not. Might be just trying to trick you, but it's kind of like a little tricky capture thing. But you could do the same idea, but in a more realistic way. And meaning you actually have a real video, but then you say, download, my list of 150 easy recipes, and then you have a little bit.ly link, and it actually goes to a cool, your website or something like that. Okay, so now I'm going to put in Jeffrey's name here. Oops, let me go grab his name, because I want to see how that affects. We'll put his name in the front. Oops, my perfect pantry. There's just not a lot. We're getting Martha Stewart stuff. I mean, no one's even doing that. There's nothing. So yeah, that definitely should be able to do that. Now, how many people are searching for it? I don't think as many people are searching for it as they are with Mr. Simmons there. So let's try something else. Let's try Jeffrey Zakarian. Zakarian recipes. And interesting. Wow, this is amazing. There's not more of his stuff here. I figured there would be. Now, how many people let's go back to our keyword planner, Jeffrey Zakarian recipes. How many people are searching for that on Google? 210. Yeah, not a lot. Maybe more would search on YouTube. It's possible. So sometimes you won't know till you just do it. This is where we're just doing a little bit of research just to get an idea. And it'll be kind of interesting to see what happens here. But it's not like initially I'm seeing some wild and crazy search volume here. Everything is showing me that there's just it should be easy to get your stuff on here if you're using this keyword, or keywords, because no one else is even doing that. But there's also not a lot of searches. The Food Network, but yeah, they have 174,000. So this is where you might look at, you might look at a video like this and see that, oh wow, they got 33,000 views. That's great. That's more than 1,000 a month. But realize a lot of that's coming from the fact that they have a ton of subscribers. So just be careful when you see these big numbers. Now, if you see these big numbers and they have low subscribers, that's a great indicator that people are searching for something in the keyword in the title. There's something about this video that people are searching for. But okay, and then let's go do the same kind of process for Robin. And again, I love her title as far as searching. This is an easy one to see. Okay, are people searching for it? It's not too long. So this is actually, so that's not a good sign in the sense of popularity. 1 year ago, 31 views, and it's, this is like the top video, and this is her. So not a lot of views there. So this is where your titles, maybe you want to be creative and include some other keywords that people might be searching for that would bring them to this video. So as an example, Robin Takes 5. Watch me cook her. So here I see she's got a pizza. Her pizza using 5 ingredients. And what may happen is you have this keyword pizza. People might be looking for pizza using 5 ingredients. So let's go over here, and I'm just going to replace all this. Pizza using 5 ingredients. Let's see if people are typing that in or something similar. Nope. Oh, sorry, I got to get rid of this. It's telling me don't show me any keywords unless Robin Miller is in it. So let's. So here we got pizza recipes. So let's now change this so to say we only want keywords with pizza in them. And here we have it still searched by search volume. Oops, come on. Thin crust dough. So, keywords that have more to them, like Italian pizza dough recipe, that's probably going to be less competitive than like, deep dish pizza. Even though it gets a lot more search volume, again, there's probably a ton of videos on deep dish pizza. But Italian pizza dough recipe, that's getting 5,400, so that's great. Remember I said it'd be nice if you have at least like 1,000 or 2 a month. Yeast-free pizza dough, very cool. But anyway, just to make my point here, you can go over here. Let's say this was about Italian pizza. Watch me cook her, forget what the keyword, her Italian pizza dough recipe. So Italian pizza dough, we know, is getting some good, Italian pizza dough recipe is getting some good search volume. And so that's what I would recommend you try to do, is incorporate some other keywords besides just the person, Robin or Simmons or Jeffrey, and the title of whatever book they're doing. But look for a keyword that's related to the recipe that has some decent search volume in it. And let's see. Let's now go try Italian pizza dough recipe. And let's see what comes up for that. Perfect. So here's one. It's 1 year. It's about a year old. It's getting at least 1,000 a month. Now let's see how many subscribers. 423 subscribers. Perfect. So that means these views aren't really coming from their subscribers. They're coming from people searching for an Italian pizza dough recipe. Whoa, this one's huge, but let's see, 30,000. So they're getting quite a few, a good amount. Maybe, not a ton. A lot of that's coming from people just either searching for this, or maybe this or sorted person, is driving traffic from somewhere else. Jamie Oliver, I know him, big guy, 1 million. Wow. See, that'll be you pretty soon. So that's where a lot of the views are coming from, just the fans. But okay, so here's an example where you're see all these subscribers, 121,000, a million, 30,000. That's where this is an example that this could be a little bit more competitive. But this dude, with only his 423 subscribers, was able to get to the #1 spot. So it's not impossible to beat out these people. Just realize it might take a little bit more work. So this person's only got 2,000 subscribers. It's not a giant fan base. This one's got 1,000. So yeah, you should be able to get on the first page pretty, reasonably. But then it might take a little bit more work to get up here in one of these top spots. But you can see how these are pulling a lot more views. This Italian pizza dough recipe is pulling a lot more views than, and so you can use that strategy rather than focusing on just, Robin and her book and a few keywords related to that. So that's the idea here. Again, wanted to show you how to evaluate, if you're trying to decide what to start with, how to pick the one that's going to give you more keyword bang for your buck, so to speak. Find one that has a lot of search volume, but also try to find something that's not too competitive. And then, like in these situations with these books, it looks to me like they're not getting a lot of search volume. So how can you go over, use the keyword planner, find some other keywords that are getting a good amount of traffic, and then incorporate those into your title up above, so that people will find your video. Not maybe because they're searching for Robin, but because they wanted a good Italian pizza dough recipe. As a result, they'll find your video. They might get excited about what you're doing, subscribe, and maybe they want to go buy Robin's book now, which you'll have a link for down in your description. So yeah, that's just some food for thought. Again, at the end of the day, don't get too hung up on trying to be perfect. Spend a few minutes, maybe give it a little bit of thought, and then get down to video creation. It's far better just to start creating videos than to worry about being too perfect with this. This can be a real killer in that sense. So, but putting 15 or 30 minutes worth of thought maybe into it initially can be worthwhile. And it's what it does is it allows you to maximize the effort you did put into that video, because now it's more likely to be found by people and hopefully get more traffic and views. But that's it for this little video tutorial training here. I hope it showed some things that were helpful for you. And if you have any questions on, of course, what I shared, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, have a great day. I will talk to you later.